White Tiger is a champion that I brushed under the rug pretty fast when she first came out. She obviously was very cool, but it was kind of difficult to figure out where exactly she fits in the metagame, and to an extent that's still kind of the case. However, recently there have been more reasons to start playing her, and that often comes with the addition of new defenders such as, well, the obvious one is Serpent, but Dark Phoenix as well, she's a very good counter for. And in general, White Tiger just has really, really good damage to compensate for the fact that it's hard to find exactly where you're supposed to take her. And sometimes real big damage just makes that to where it doesn't even matter too much. And her loop is one of the most fun loops ever, where you're just power stealing like crazy to where you might drop a special 1 and then be back up to a special 2, which you can immediately throw right after, and it's unblockable. And it's just silly stuff like that. Spamming special 2s as well, it's kind of nutty. And so we're going to be fighting Winter Soldier here at the start to get a basic rotation shown, just to show how I play White Tiger. And we're going to fight Winter Soldier, and then we're also going to fight Captain Marvel in the quests as well, just to show class advantage and non-class advantage. And so basically we want to give Winter Soldier a lot of power, and then power steal that with our special 1, and then follow it up with another unblockable special 1, which is going to give us a bunch of Furies, and then we're going to be going for the SB2, which after that point is just going to start absolutely nuking him. Also, she's throwing special 1s in my block like a madman, because that's really, really awesome, but it's not going to be too big a deal, because we're just going to go ahead and drop another special 2 right here, even without the precision, and it kills him. So, yeah, that's the first basic fight. So let's go fight Captain Marvel next, and show the exact same loop with class advantage. So, go ahead and start hitting her, getting the precision, which is awesome. I do really like her precision passive. It is annoying to activate sometimes because it has to be from a dash, and her medium is a little bit clunky because it pushes her very far forward and feels like it takes a while to actually launch, which can be annoying for some intercepting purposes, but it's still pretty solid and works, especially when you're getting that much damage from the payout, because those crits on your basic attacks are quite massive. So anyway, I'm going to try to keep Captain Marvel from dropping her special, so I can just do crazy power steal, and then she charges a heavy here, I dash in, double medium, look at the power steal, it goes absolutely crazy, unblockable special 2, still with that precision, so much overkill damage on top of that, and that's that fight. So now we're going to do a couple BG's fights. I'm not going to be doing too many because the recent metas have just been really awful for her, and just annoying to deal with. And also, Serpent, I don't have deep wounds, so I can't really fight Serpent very well. Because one of the main ways that you use White Tiger for Serpent is by stopping his healing with the bleed, and he reduces the bleed duration by a lot, so deep wounds is the only way to really make it meaningful, and I unfortunately just can't do that. But I can show her against this Dark Phoenix here. This was with White Tiger still rank 2. This is the only rank 2 fight I'm going to have in this video because, again, this is a very important matchup to show because of how meta Dark Phoenix is right now. And yeah, that's why I'm showing it off. So I'm going to drop a special 2 again, and then it is going to push her red. But I can get a stand-up intercept with a light attack if I went for it, but I didn't. So this fight looks a lot riskier than it actually should have been, and I really just should have watched the energize a bit more. But in general, like, the matchup's really solid. It was just a weird way I played that one, but it goes very well still. Now we're going to do a couple more fights from the Coda Tactic meta. So her damage is a little bit overblown in this meta, but also her damage is so solid anyway to these fight times really wouldn't be that different if Coda wasn't here. We're going to fight this Black Panther first. And another cool thing about White Tiger is how her power gain passive works. Basically, whenever the opponent gains any power, be it passive or combat power, she's going to gain 50% of that. So the Conflictor giving power with this Black Panther here is also going to give us some power as well, which is really, really cool. And then the burst damage from Coda goes absolutely crazy, but again, our damage loop is so strong anyway that if this wasn't here, we'd still be able to kill him with our back-to-back special 2s we're about to do. So I dash out, dash in, and then do the special 2s, and you guys know what would have happened. We'd have spammed another special 2 afterwards, and the fight would be over. Now we're going to go fight Onslaught. Onslaught is obviously resistant to bleed, so that's going to hinder our damage a little bit. And unfortunately, he does place more narrows on us when we do crit him, but it's also just our damage is so high that some of that doesn't even matter, because as you're going to see, once we start getting our ramp going and get to the special 2s, it's going to be quite ridiculous. And yeah, we're going to definitely take some narrow chip damage, but he's also dying very fast to compensate for it. So anyway, I want him to drop a special 2 here if I can help it, and he does. There is a rotation where you can just like not let the AI drop a special attack when playing White Tiger, but I don't really use it, especially this meta. It's just not often needed, and in BG's fights I'd rather just do it this way. So I'm gonna go get parried somehow. That's what I'm gonna do. So dude, how did I get parried there? Alright, so that's annoying, but still we're just going to spam the special 2s and he dies pretty fast. And yeah, definitely a skill issue. I almost never get parried when I do the dash out, dash in thing. I just must have been a little bit slower than normal. So I don't have a lot of BG's fights again, but also again, the metas didn't align, and I do really want to show her in other places as well. So we're going to fight this Crucible Red Goblin next, which isn't really showcasing a huge bit of utility. It's kind of just a generic longer or long-ish fight to show her damage cycle for that, where we're just going to do the same thing but with a bigger health pool. This guy has almost 900,000 health, so this is kind of what I'd consider to be a bit more of a medium health pool. It's not on the cusp of like Eternity of Pain, or I'm sorry, Epic of Pain or Abyss stuff, but it's still very high. And that's why I mean about her medium feeling very weirdly long to land, because normally I'd never be getting hit by these Red Goblin heavy attacks, but for some reason I just keep getting hit by them. So that's a little off, but also just look at this damage. Those special 2s are completely wild. And then I'm going to go for a special 1, start power stealing a bunch, and we're almost back to another special 2, which is going to wipe him out. And then we relic, and then I drop the special 1, which I thought would be a special 2, and in fact wasn't, but that's fine. He's going to go down right there. So another Crucible fight coming up next. This one's against the Taskmaster, and this one's fun because the only way you do damage in this fight is with critical hits. So I'm going to show off how good her precision passive is and how much damage is coming from those basics and specials when you actually get the precision going, because that precision really multiplies her damage by a lot because of how much damage she does on her crits. So I'm going to go for my special 1 in just a moment. We're going to do it right here, and then we're going to obviously follow back up with another one. The precision's still active, so almost all of our damage is coming through. And yeah, it's just a really good example of how important having all these crits are. And just the fact that like most mystics don't do this. Most mystics aren't hitting extremely hard on basic attacks. They'll find some form of red numbers or just weird other different ways of doing damage. But White Tiger is a very, very different mystic. I didn't talk about this early on in the video, but she is one of the most different mystics in the entire game, because of a number of reasons. One, she's doing a lot of damage on actual hit damage and not really red numbers. And along with that, she has very weird mystic mechanics that you don't really see anywhere else. She's immune to Nullify, which is the only mystic immune to Nullify in the game. She also has a Purify mechanic. Basically, when the opponent has buffs, she has a 20% chance to purify a damage over time debuff when it's inflicted on her, which is super cool and super unique. That was really big when Gore was like a big defender. And it's got other scenarios now, like Place of Cosmic that gains a bunch of buffs on Hazard Shift, and White Tiger is going to be very good for it. And yeah, it's just really weird and interesting mechanics that make her kind of unique, and I really like that about her. So now we're going to be fighting this Gallon boss in Act content. This one is super fun. Her damage is going to go completely ridiculous in this fight. So we do have a node where our relic is going to help power steal some of Gallon's power. It's not necessary at all. It doesn't really make the fight any different, but it's pretty cool. And then of course, AI drops a special on my hard block. That's a really annoying thing about playing White Tiger sometimes, is when they do that. But it's not going to matter too much because you're going to see how fastly he dies. Also, her special spamming mechanic is so good at fighting Gallon, because if you don't have like a neutralize Gallon's buff stacking up is usually a problem, but also when you're spamming specials as often as White Tiger does, it doesn't really matter, because when you knock him down so frequently, it just means that he's never going to be able to have a consistent amount of mass, and we can just keep it at bay like she is right here. And yeah, just the power control is just going through the roof. Spamming so many specials back to back. I get another special 2 off right there, and then here comes the buff expiring, which is going to give me Mystic Dispersion, give me another special 2, and then I'm going to Relic into another special 2, and it was just absolutely insane. So one of my favorite fights I've done in a very long time with that Gallon boss. So here we're just going to do a silly little power shield lane, just show off how potent her special damage is, because she is a character who's designed to be doing a bunch of damage on the special attacks. So let's just see how crazy it gets with Amplified from the power shield node, because it is really funny. Again, not all Mystics are designed the way she is, where she's just doing a bunch of damage on the special attack, so I find it pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to go for the special 1 here, and then of course I'm going to go for a special 1 to follow it up. And then we want to start building to my special 2. Bait this special from Squirrel Girl, go ahead and dex it. This node also has Power Snack, which is again showing off her immunity to Nullify, which is super cool. And then dash out, dash in for the special 2, and just watch her health disappear. Get the stand-up intercept right there. And then, yeah, she's completely wiped out. So, we're going to show 2 more fights from this path. This time against a Morbius, class disadvantage, but she doesn't really care at all. We did get a Purify of the bleed there, which is pretty funny because of his fervor buff. And then I'm going to go for my special 1 in just a moment. He drops his special 1 right there, but it doesn't really make a big difference. Going to get the big crits on my special 1. And then I'm going to get him to drop a glide and then go for a counter with a sidestep light attack. And then we're going to go for the special 2 here naturally. The bleed's not going to do any additional damage because, or I think it might actually. He's got a weird thing with his undying that is going to make it feel a little weird. I think it just means he doesn't actually die from the effect. He reduces the potency by a little bit, but not too much. And then we do kill him right there. So now we're going to go fight Hood on this path. Yeah, start up with the same exact basic rotation. Go ahead and get the Power Steal going with our special 1 in a moment. And then I'm going to spam another special 1 right after it. So big crits on the special 1 here. And then drop the other unblockable 1. The unblockable passive, I mean buff that he has is just Mystic Dispersion food, which is great. I do need to bait a special 1 here because unless I want to drop another special 1 of my own, which actually I do, then he's going to go red. But I do just let him drop the special 1, and then, or I do just drop my special 1, I should say, and then we have to wait out his invisibility, which I do hit into his miss intentionally there, just to whittle it down a little bit, and then a relic. And then the special 2 gets thrown here. It does a crazy damage, and then places a crazy bleed, and then he's just dead. So, yeah, again, I kind of wish I had not Mystic Dispersion, I do have that maxed out. I wish I had Deep Wounds to make my White Tiger even better. That's probably why I wouldn't rank for her or anything, is because that's kind of a mastery that's important for some of her matchups. Obviously, it's not essential because, look, I have a showcase out on her and stuff, but the Serpent matchup would be very different if I did have any Deep Wounds. So, we're going to fight the Silver Surfer next. This one just has a bunch of buffs, which is going to make Mystic Dispersion go crazy. Kind of why I'm showing it, because her synergy with Mystic Dispersion is kind of nuts, because with how potent her power gain is already, when you add Mystic Dispersion to that, it just kind of goes insane. Even champs like Shothra have their Mystic Dispersion potency lowered now, because of how strong it can be with the Mystic in front. And White Tiger doesn't have hers lowered, which just makes it pretty fun. So I'm going to drop a special 1 there. I need to bait his special 2 here, and then I go for my special 2, which of course is going to do crazy damage. I eat an unblockable hit that I didn't realize was unblockable, and he drops a special 1 unfortunately, but that's okay. We're still going to get some pretty nice power steal right here. And then I'm back up to another special 1, which I think I'm just going to go for a special 2 instead. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I have the bleed up and stuff, and then I'm gonna go for another special something, special 1, okay. And then I just need to catch him with my special 2, and then he's dead. So dash out, in, and then, yeah, we completely wipe him out with that special 2. So now we're going to move on to the Wheel of Fate quest. This one was a really interesting fight, fighting this Arcade. So Arcade is really annoying for any special he throws, basically, as you guys know. The special 1's going to put you at risk of getting poisoned. The special 2 means you just have to knock him down with a heavy attack afterwards. But White Tiger is a champion who's really good at limiting the amount of special attacks an opponent can throw. Like, she doesn't have Doctor Doom style power control, but again, she's limiting how many specials that they can throw by a lot because of how potent her power steal is. So I'm going to go for another special 1 here. And you're going to see Arcade's just dropping specials a lot less frequently than normal once we get our rotation going, because our power steal potency increases with our amount of Furies we have. So once we get those going, the power steal is going to be more potent. And I drop a special 1 right there, and then a special 2 right there, and then an unblockable special 2 again. And now I'm going to bait this special 2 from him, which I could have potentially comboed to another special 1. I think I'm going to do that later. That is definitely a rotation I do later on in the video, where I think I fight Necropolis Odin, where I can literally do special 2, special 2, special 1, special 1, and only bait 1 special attack in the middle of that. And I don't know how often I use it here, but it's a very strong rotation, which I didn't really know the whole potential of at the time of recording this. So that's probably why I didn't use it too much, because I didn't really know much about it. But basically, that was a mistake, but it's fine. But basically, yeah, special 2, spam those, and then on the second special 2, you're going to go for a stand-up intercept with your light attack, and then you can do back-to-back special 1s, and then you finally have to bait a special. It's a really strong power control rotation, and you could make it to where the opponent doesn't ever throw specials if you spam special 1s with White Tiger. I just don't do that rotation too often, because I just don't feel like there's a big reason to do so, unless you like absolutely can't let them throw a special. So anyway, here I'm going to start building back to another special 2, and then we're going to get a crazy power steal, obviously, and then maybe I do the correct 4 special rotation, where I only let them throw 1, but I'm going to go for the relic here. We're going to push Arcade to 3 bars, so our power steal is going to be basically maxed out, except I didn't have all the Furies, so it is a little bit weaker, and I should have dropped another special 2 there. Why didn't I do that? Oh, maybe because I would have pushed him red. You know what, that makes sense. Because of the fact that, again, I didn't have all the Furies, so I need to be dropping special 1s. Like, this fight is not going perfectly because I'm just not upkeeping my Furies very well. Thus, my power steal is much lower, but also, it's going very well still. And White Tiger was probably the best option for this round of tags. I think it was Mighty Avengers for this Arcade here. So I need to be dropping special 1s of my own to start getting more Furies up, and that's exactly what I do. And so now we're back up to the 5 Furies with good duration on them. So time to start building back to my special 2, and then hopefully getting a nice rotation going. He drops a special 1 here, of course. We dex out of it, and then I'm going to go for an intercept there, and then I'm going to go for 1 more combo before combo extending with my relic into my special 2. And then we're going to see the damage from that go pretty crazy. And then it's going to be unblockable next, which is awesome. And then hopefully I do the stand-up intercept with my light attack. I don't. Dude, I should be doing that. Anyway, you can see that rotation played out pretty well in the Odin fight, which we're going to have later on in the video. So here I'm going to bait a heavy from him, and then I need to go for another special 1 in a moment. We're going to catch him with a dash in, and then special 1. And then, of course, unblockable special 1 to follow. Probably, I do it, except I wait the unblockable out for some reason instead of spamming it, because that was smart. Almost die, don't die though. And then we're going to go ahead and get back to my special 2, and then the fight's going to be almost over from here. So special 2 right there. Power steal goes nuts. I don't have an unblockable, but I can drop another one right there. And then I'm going to not go for the stand-up intercept like I should be doing, as I've mentioned before, but I can go for a heavy attack, remove the auto block that he has, and then get ready to go for my last set of special 2s. And then Arcade's going to go down, and then we solo the Wheel of Fate Arcade. So Anyway, do that, and then unblockable special 1. And he's still not dead. I didn't get a crit on the last hit, unfortunately, but then we do kill him with basic right after. So, that fight lasted 4.5 minutes, which honestly isn't that bad for that fight at all. And then we're going to go fight this Annihilus now in the Epic of Pain. So this one's really interesting because White Tiger, I looked at like the amount of mystics that could be used for this fight, and the thing you have to have is 3 buffs to make this work. And White Tiger is one of the very few mystics who actually gain a lot of buffs, making her one of the best options for this. Now, Annihilus is immune to Power Steal, but we compensate for that by triggering a bunch of Mystic Dispersion. As you can see, every time a Stifle expires on me, which I'm getting placed on me a lot when I just hit him, we're going to be triggering a buff on him, and then the Mystic Dispersion happens. And that's what we're using to compensate for the fact that he's immune to Power Steal. And it makes it to where it's not really a big deal that he's immune to it because of how many specials we're spamming to begin with anyway. So, yeah, I just have to parry a special 1 because otherwise I'm going to take damage, but that's fine. And then I'm just going to be dropping special 1s a lot in this fight. I think I might go for some special 2s, but not too often because the special 1s are just doing a good bit of damage themselves. And I love how spammable they are. It's a really nice rotation for her. And then I'm going to go for the special 2 here. Place a bleed, does some okay damage, and then again, if I had deep wounds, it would be better, but it's whatever. So, Mystic Dispersion trigger there. I'm going to go for another special 2 here, but another reason that I need to be doing special 1s sometimes is the fact that those are also giving me double the amount of Furies that the special 1 is, because the special 1 is meant to be your ramp-up special, and the special 2 is your cash-out, kind of, so it's not giving you as many Furies as the special 1 would. But anyway, I just get the parries on point, and then we're going to go for another special 1 here. She also has a really nice light attack for sidestep, so I'm able to sidestep Annihilus very well. Granted, his medium helps me sidestep a lot too, but still, definitely her light attack feels very good. It has some good distance to it. So, I go for a parry here, and then try to go for a relic into a special 2. I'll accidentally trigger the Unstoppable, but he did try to combo into me, which did make it to where it's fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and trigger Mystic Dispersion a couple times and drop another special 2. And we just keep spamming these all the way out. And again, she's one of the few mystics who can actually do this, because you have to have buffs, and White Tiger is one of the very few mystics in the game who actually gain a bunch of buffs. I did look at the list. It was actually kind of surprising how little there were. We let Mystic Dispersion keep triggering. We're back up to another special 2, or special 1, I mean. And then I'm going to go for my special 2 right here. And then we go ahead and do some nice damage on that. And then we go ahead and trigger Mystic Dispersion a couple more times. Keep parrying his special 1 to make sure that I'm not losing the health from the node. And then, yeah, just our damage is pretty solid for this fight. So, I think the other node was like, we don't want to push him in the corner, but White Tiger's not doing that anyway, so it's not a big deal, because we want to sidestep a lot in this fight. So, yeah, we're going to go for another special 1 bait of his, let Mystic Dispersion get us back to our special 2 one more time, and then he's going to die. So, yeah, that was a really solid fight, a really early fight in my rank 3 White Tiger stuff that I was putting out. And then we move on to, I think, the final fight of the video, which is going to be Necropolis Odin. And I'm going to speed up part of the fight. This is the ultimate rotation I do want to show, because this is the one where we're doing 4 specials and only baiting 1 of his. Anyway, we do have to deal with the inverted controls in this fight, but that's fine. It's just part of the node. I've gotten used to inverted controls pretty well. And then another thing we need to do is try to keep him at 6 buffs, because that's the only way we're actually able to do damage based off of the node. So it's annoying when he doesn't want to throw specials to gain more buffs, but it's fine. So now that we're ramped up, we can go ahead and start setting up the rotation that I was talking about. I need to drop one more special 1 here, which we do. And then we're going to go ahead and build up to my special 2. And then once we do that, you're going to see exactly what the magic looks like. So I'm going to go for special 2 here, and then special 2 here, and then stand up, light attack, intercept, and then we special 1, and then we drop another special 1. So that's 4 specials without him dropping a special. That's the beauty of this rotation. And then we can just go ahead and build it up once more. He does drop a special 1 there, but I didn't need him to do that. Or I could have let him not do that, I should say. And then, yeah, I didn't really execute it perfectly on that second attempt, but it's weird. I don't want him charging heavy too much in this fight because of the unstoppable stuff, so that's why he's dropping more specials than I want him to sometimes, because I'm not anti-baiting like I should be. If you anti-bait with White Tiger, it's a much more sound rotation, I should say. But our power still goes insane there naturally, and then I drop another special 1 here, and then we're going to go for another. I could go to it for another special 2 because of how crazy the power gain went. And yeah, her damage is just pretty consistent. As far as how good she is for long form content, I don't think she's crazy for it because her damage is kind of targeted for shorter fights, but her damage is just so solid overall that it translates to longer fights reasonably well. Not one of the top options for Necropolis by any means, but it works decently. So here I'm baiting a special from Odin. He drops it, and then I'm going to go for my special 1 here. Just get some Furies going again because they were falling off. And then now I'm going to build up to my special 2, get the really nice rotation going again. He drops a special 1 because of course he does. And again, I'm not anti-baiting very well like I should be because of the fact that I don't want him to charge heavy too much, but it's fine. I should have gone for a relic there, but it's okay. And then I drop a special 1 here, get the Furies going again, and then special 1. And now we're going to push him, his power up, and then I'm rooted now, but that's fine. So relic here. And then we're going to use the relic to dash out, dash in, and then go for a special 2. And then here goes another special 2, and then stand up, intercept, special 1, and then another special 2 right back at it. We're just throwing those special 2s like crazy, and it's absolutely beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and let the rotation start once more. Dash out, dash in, special 2, back to my special 2. Special 1 after the stand-up intercept. He doesn't let me do it, which is weird. Like, sometimes it works really easily, and then other times it doesn't. I don't really get it, but whatever. Drop a special 2 there. I'm going to drop a special 1 here, and then we're going to go ahead and get the rotation going once more. Dash out, dash in, and then 4 hits. Special 2. It's not unblockable, but that's fine. Catch him with it, and then I go for a stand-up into an unblockable special 1. And then he's going to drop a special right here. And then, yeah, we're just got this going that clockwork now. So dash out, dash in, special 2, unblockable special 2, stand up, intercept. Then we go for a special 1 and then another special 1. That's exactly how that's supposed to go. I wish I did that more often in this fight. It's a really solid rotation where we're trying to limit the amount of specials the opponent throws. I mean, just spending 6 bars of power while the opponent only drops 1 special is kind of just nuts. So we're going to do a really nice closeout to the fight with the rotation. And then I bait out the special from him. And then he drops a heavy attack. And then I just need to get my special 2 going. And then he's back in the loop. And then he dies. So last fight of the video is going to be raids. White Tiger was really fun to do in raids. I'm only going to show one raids fight because it's like a once a month thing. It's just raids. Like, there's so many other options you can use, but White Tiger is a really good one, quite bluntly. Her damage is just going to go very high, and I'm using the unparalleled buffs hack or roll boost because this was the one that just was basically the most solid for her kit. And you're gonna see she takes these nightmare raid fights in just like 2.5 minutes, which is really solid. Her damage is just very good for the raids, especially with the unparalleled buffs. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking now and close the video out. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Maybe one day I'll get Deep Wounds and show how good she is for that Serpent matchup, but I hope this video showed how solid White Tiger can be in many different areas of the game. After all, that's what I try to get these Ultimate Showcases to do, is show a character throughout the entire game and see how they have so many strengths no matter where you are. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.